So then Jesse says, "Come, Michael, let us go down." And Michael says...
Who's Michael?
It's Adam, but Michael apparently is his stage name.
Okay, go on.
So then Michael says, get this, "We will go down." I mean, is that great dialogue or what?
Or what?
What?
It's not quite Tarantino, is it?
Well, thank heavens, you know how much I hate spiders, especially those big hairy Tarantino ones.
Right, I forgot about that.
So what do you think so far? I'm really excited about it.
I guess it's okay. I'm not crazy about some of it, though. I mean, who's writing this?
Mason, you know him.
The indentured servant?
No, I don't think so. He's a free man. But what are you not crazy about? I mean, come on, this thing is gold.
Well, you know what? I don't like the fact that the men become kings and priests to the Most High God, and the women become queens and priestesses to their husbands.
We don't even know who the Most High God is, and we may never know.
It's still not fair.
No, sweetie. Look, this is me looking out for the ladies. Trust me.
How so?
Because the Most High God doesn't allow any kind of organization. The queens and priestesses to their husbands are fully unionized, okay? They get better wages, they get paid vacations, they get maternity leave, and trust me, they're going to need that if they're going to be spitting out 50 billion spirit children for their planet. Plus, they get both dental and vision care. Come on, this is a coup for the girls.
Women or ladies, please?
Both, yeah. All of them, really.
So then what happens?
Well, you enter the picture, and we got a really good actor to play you.
Actor? Meaning a man?
Yeah, well, I just thought that with Eve dragging the whole of humanity into sin and death, we probably shouldn't pile on, right?
That's very thoughtful. And then?
It's mostly a lot of standing and sitting and putting on different articles of clothing until the big reveal, of course.
So let me get this straight. This is the pinnacle spiritual event in a Mormon's life, and it's basically just some bad dialogue, subpar production values, and a bunch of up and down? That sounds like a mess.
It's a bit of a mess, I'll admit, but if you understand dramatic structure, you'll see that I'm bringing them all the way down at the end of Act 2, and then bam! I knock them into the stratosphere in Act 3.
I see. So after that mess, then you hit him with the good stuff?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You lift the veil, and then whammo, you hit him with the heavy stuff.
So this big reveal is what? Some kind of life-altering spiritual knowledge you can't get anywhere else but in these temples?
Yep, and it is mind-blowing.
So?
Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
Okay. We are giving them the secret handshake.
Does this secret handshake somehow spell out be sure to drink your Ovaltine?
I don't think so. Why?
It's just a little underwhelming.
Sweetie, this is the secret handshake, okay? And it's not just a handshake. There's a token, and there's 5 points of fellowship. That's 3 points of fellowship more than any other deity in the business, okay? This is must-have stuff if you want to be a deity like me. How do you think I got to where I am, okay? It's all about the handshake.
Not the base?
What?
Why not give them something more useful, like the germ theory of disease, or vaccines, or the cure to cancer? I mean, I thought you'd learned your lesson.
What lesson?
When you gave your people instructions on how to kill a ram and where to sprinkle the blood, while Zeus was giving his people science, mathematics, and philosophy.
I don't think you're listening. This is the secret handshake.
And that's the best you can do.
I guess I could give them a peepstone and a hat.
A peepstone and a hat, really? You might as well throw in that Brazilian soccer star's new lager too, Pele Ale. Come on, Elle, you've got to give them more than that.
Fine, you know what? I know what you're looking for, okay? You're not fooling anyone here. If you think that's where we should go with this, that's where we'll go with this.
You will, really. You promise?
Yes, I'll tell them about Lord Xenu and the DC-8s, but we are not saying word one about the Frozen People or the Body Thetans, not without a significant financial contribution. Everyone, thanks again for watching. Boy, it seems like every time I'm about to get this show back up and running, some roadblock is placed in my way. It's almost like there's some supernatural force that doesn't want me doing this show. Damn you, Satan. Get thee behind me. That's what I say. Anyways, As many of you already know, in mid-February, my 96-year-old father fell and broke his hip, which led to him dying at the end of March. I wanted to take a moment here and thank those of you who wrote me either via email or a Facebook post, wishing me well and sending me your condolences. It really meant a lot. It really did. It was fantastic. And some of you even told me how sorry you were. And I want you folks to know that I forgive you, okay? I never blamed you in the first place. It wasn't your fault. Clearly, he was very old. And I just feel like you guys really need to stop being so hard on yourselves, okay? It wasn't your fault. Never blamed you, once again. But we're good, you and I hold no grudges. I also wanted to thank everyone who helped me out with suggestions for my atheist memorial service, the first I'd conducted or been to. It went really well, and even believers told me that they thought it was beautiful. So that was an epic win. Yay, atheism. By the way, we ended with a group sing-along of Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. I don't know if I owe royalties or something, but it was great, and my father would have absolutely loved it, so thanks again. Now, there is another real problem I need your help with, especially those of you who are good with math and numbers, which I am not. This is a sampling from my latest set of videos. The views range from 20,000 to over 200,000, and overall I'd say I get between 30 and 50,000 views here on YouTube per episode. More on iTunes, quite a bit more. Now, here is my Patreon account. Please note that I currently have 213 patrons who are supporting the show. Now, to me, it seems like that number, the number of patrons I have, should more closely align with the number of people consistently viewing and enjoying my videos. I mean, who wouldn't want to pay for this kind of amazing content, right? Enlightening, lighthearted, fun, all that kind of stuff. Initially, my thought was that maybe those 213 patrons are simply watching the show over and over and over again to run up the view numbers. But I ran the numbers on that, and that just doesn't seem plausible. But I suck at math, right? Who am I to make that determination? And more importantly, I understand that one of the first principles in science is the absolutely counterintuitive nature of truth. I mean, it looks like the sun is going around us, right? Am I crazy with that one? So I'm certain there's something I'm not doing, or maybe I am doing that I shouldn't, or whatever. I don't get it, and something is keeping me from understanding why those two numbers aren't even slightly more closely aligned. Maybe I'm not carrying the one properly, or maybe I need to find the coefficient first. I don't know what that means. Maybe there's a square root or an x I haven't factored in, or maybe I'm looking at the median average and I shouldn't, unless the vector field f is assumed to be differential with respect to all the variables. Or maybe I should avoid all linear algebra by translating the homological equation with respect to the semi-simple linear part of the vector field and then average the terms. I don't know. But I'm thinking if time, for instance, is a constant and the magnitude is dynamically taken into account with a boundary layer, then I know I have to subtract some number from the mean, right? I mean, I'm not an idiot. And then maybe make, Diophantine assumptions to avoid any small divisors. But I don't know how to do any of that, okay? So please help me out with this if you can. It makes no sense to me. It's driving me nuts. And if you can afford to, head on over to MrDeity.com and click the donate button to donate or financially subscribe to the show. There's a Patreon button, there's a PayPal button, we have different ways to do that. And for all of you who've already helped out, you know what I'm going to say? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and we'll see you very soon. Oh, and I'm not wearing pants.